Come by to get my charger, then I also brought 2 coffees.
As you can see, we moved the roaster. This is our new roastery. It's still under construction. You can see there's a big trash pile right there, but the roaster's functioning. Check out our office. Custom seat cushion right there on a bucket. Sample roaster. We've also got some new toys, most notably band sealer. That cool thing replaces this weird thing. You like it? Kristen likes it. So instead of doing 1 bag at a time, you can just keep loading them on and on and on and on. Next step would be a weigh and fill, which will really change our life. Racks. It's amazing. Look at all that bubble wrap. Nope. Jen thinks she can make the box work. We'll see.
It's more than I thought.
Carl, that's gonna fit. I think you might be making it worse.
No!
The new roastery is great because if anybody remembers the old roastery, it was ridiculously small. The Portola building is about 1,300 square feet all in, so the cafe is really tiny. The roastery is super tiny, and we rented a store. There's a hair in my face. There's a hair. We rented a storage unit down the street because we didn't have enough room to store all the green and all the accessories and all that crap that we need. So part of what the old roastery is at Portola is going to be back room for the cafe because they didn't have proper back room. That hair is still there. And part of it is going to be just like this little meeting room. So we're on the west side of town, roastery down there. And this will be a cafe. Hear that echo? Oh, bop, bop. You can see where we've got some things taped out. Bar seating, espresso machines, POS, tables, kitchen. This location is gonna have food, and as you can see, it's pretty large. It's over right around, I think it's right around 2,000 square feet, maybe just a touch more. The roastery is actually smaller. It's about 1,500 square feet. They're in the same building on the west side of Santa Cruz. This, just because of the new roastery's proximity to here, it's probably gonna be like the hub of Cat and Cloud. Stairway to nothing. That'll be glass. It's in a state. So as you can see, the whole building and the whole area is under construction. The exterior is going to be completely renovated, and where all of this dirt is actually going to be a road. So that road back there is going to come all the way through, and then all those empty lots out there are going to be a combination of housing and some like live work spaces, and then even beyond that is going to be another housing development that's going on. It's like, this will be a patio where people can hang out and kick it, chill. And across the street are some really cool businesses. There's some wine tasting rooms. There's some food spots. There's El Salsachero, where I get all my meat. And then down the way is Humble Sea, which is a brewery that's got some really nice snacks. The west side's tight. I like it. I don't spend a lot of time over here, but I'm looking forward to being down here more. As you can see, it's nowhere near being finished. We're hoping the beginning of next year. It all depends on a couple things. One of those things is something else that I'm gonna show you. First, I gotta stop downtown to get espresso. I've been really strict about my coffee consumption. 1 cup of brewed in the morning, 1 espresso near midday. It's a little before midday, but I'm gonna allow it.
You not only get delicious coffee, but it's Costa Rica. As they say in Costa Rica, pura vida.
That's how it's
A little
done.
before 11:30 is what we're all there.
We're in Aptos. If you go to east side Santa Cruz and keep going, you kind of end up here. It's another little town, but it's just kind kind of like an extension of Santa Cruz, and that is going to be cafe number 4. It's also a big space. It's about the same size as the one that we were in on the west side, that big old empty room. Just like a block that way, there's an entrance into Nicene Marks where you can go like run around in the redwoods. And if we go across the street, you can actually see the ocean. There's also this really cool dog training facility down there. This is all part of a new development that's called Aptos Village. There's gonna be a big community hub here. There's gonna be a local grocery store that's kind of like the anchor tenant. The Penny, which is an ice creamery, is gonna go in there too. We're gonna be in there. It's got good energy. There's good energy in there. I would take you in there, but they're doing actual work in there, and I hate bothering people when they're doing actual work. So where we're at with this now is I kind of assumed control of working with our guy Trevor on the design of the space. So I've been doing a lot of kind of drawing up dream boards, figuring out what the aesthetic is going to be and the vibe. It's been really, really fun for me because this shop and the West Side shop represent the first times when we'll be able to have just a teeny bit more budget to kind of play with things and build it the way that we want to build it. Whereas the first two are, for lack of a better term, kind of scrappy, which I'm totally happy with. We're stoked on them. They're great places, but the budget was so shoestring. And we're not spending a lot of money now. We're not crossing into that psychotic $1 million build out threshold or anything like that. It's not that. We're still funded by bank loans, so we built a really good relationship with our local bank here, and they're financing it for us. We don't have big money backing, so we still have to be thoughtful. So we've been to every Cat and Cloud location, past, present, and future today. I even went to the bake shop where we had our pop-up before we opened, but I didn't film it because I was just going to kick it, say what's up to people, and I've been working on being more present. So the one place we haven't been is the original Portola store. So we're gonna go there right now and I can show you what's going on, where the roaster was, and what that back room looks like. Whoa, you're huge. You're so huge. You're like 5 feet tall if you stand up. So we're in the old roastery. That wall was never there. You could see the roaster and the other side of the garage. But as you can see, there's a wall there and it's not quite finished. So this section is going to be back room for the cafe. And the front section is gonna be like a little meeting room. In the front, you can see the little thing on the ground, the imprint where the roaster was. I don't wanna open the front door because it's really messy in there and I'm a little bit embarrassed, but how cool. How wild. On that note, do you think is 20 thousandths versus 10 thousandths, is that way more soft? Do you think it'd be like obnoxiously soft? Because I don't think I want it to feel sloped or anything like that. Okay, I totally agree. Maybe I need to look at it again. Maybe 10 thousandths is actually still the way to go. So, as you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. It's really, really fun, but I keep getting asked 2 questions over and over again. The first question is, does it feel insane? Do you feel crazy? Do you feel like you're just gonna lose your mind? Or some version of that. The second question that I get asked all the time is, how are you gonna make sure that it feels the same as it does right now? Are you scared that you're gonna lose that little special thing, whatever it is you have? That kind of guest engagement, atmosphere, that energy that sometimes coffee shops lose when they scale. So the first question, does it feel insane? Actually, no, it doesn't. None of this feels anywhere near as intense as when we were getting ready to open the first one and the first few weeks of that first store. That was definitely the wildest time mentally for me. I think I've done a lot more growing since then. I think every month or two I can look back on where I was and see that I'm better equipped to handle the tasks ahead of me. But I think a lot of me feeling really good about what's going on has to do with the people around me. And that starts with my business partners, Jared and Charles. They're both phenomenal in what they do and allow us to really kind of have the complete package. And then the second level of that is the people that work for us, our employees. We have people that have stepped up on a level that I'm constantly impressed by, and I can't thank the people enough who are just in it to win it with us. It means so much, and without that, there's no way we'd be able to do this. For the second question, are you scared that the stores are going to lose that intimate feeling and that guest connection? No, I'm not. I've already seen this go down. We already have proof of concept in our first store. So when our first store opened, Jared and I were really known in the neighborhood. We were baristas right around the corner from our first shop for a really long time. And from the time we opened, we'd made it known that we wanted to have several shops in the area and a roastery somewhere else. And one of the questions that we got was that same question. What's it gonna be like when you guys leave? I don't think it's gonna really work out. It's not gonna be the same. It's gonna suck, etc. But now with the 2 stores and the expansion, people don't actually even notice that I don't work bar in there anymore. They don't actually even notice that Jared only works bar there 2 days a week. And the feeling is, I'd say, better than it was when we opened because everyone's more dialed in, everyone's more tuned in, and guests are happier than ever before. I brought this up to one of our regulars who asked me the same question last week, and when I told him, you don't really see us here that much anymore, he's like, you know, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I don't think that it's impossible to scale and keep that feeling. I think that it just takes a lot more work than people are willing to do sometimes. It takes a lot of intentionality. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of foresight. It takes a lot of pouring into other people. It's a big task. And I think people are so used to seeing businesses grow and change for the worse that it puts them in a negative mindset right out of the gate. So I love that. I actually see it as a huge opportunity to prove them wrong and show people that you can scale and retain that quality, retain that feeling, retain that guest interaction. I'm really stoked to show it on a bigger level. Is it all sunshine and rainbows? No, I have super hard days. I have super stressful days. I'm constantly challenged, but that's kind of part of what you sign up for, and it's kind of the best part of it because I've seen just this huge accelerated point of growth in my life, and I'm really enjoying that. It's freaking sick, dude. Sick. Cat and Cloud update 2018 July. That's what you get. That's what's going on. Stay dialed, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.